Maximum number of questions that I have received this week have been about online education and how some of you are having trouble in prioritizing your time and not being able to set boundaries within the family in terms of what is important for you at that point. And yet, I understand that you also want to fulfill your requirements or your responsibilities towards your family as well. So, what can we do in this kind of a situation? Because your mom may be wanting something that you could go out and get from the market, or your dad may have certain requirements about again from you, or similarly there may be a requirement from your siblings, your brother or your sister, who may be wanting something from you, and you would like to do that. You would like to fulfill those commitments with the family as well as fulfill the requirements for the classes that you have signed up for. So online education is slightly tricky in that sense that you have to really balance your time and your personal resources with the course that you have signed up for, as well as the responsibilities that you have towards your family. And for those of you who may be required to go out and work, then that as well, in a family business or wherever else, then that as well. So I was actually a student last year in a full-time program along with a full-time job that I do. So it was quite traumatic for me, to be honest, because there were requirements from my job and there were requirements from my course, and there were sometimes they clashed, as in the priorities or the deadlines clashed, and I had to really juggle everything and ask for help from people to try and cope. And sometimes I also had to ask for help from my family in terms of, can you help me do this such that I can do that kind of a thing. So all of us are interdependent, and it is not fair to think that any of us are only doing the course or only doing a job or whatever else. So the tip that I have for you today is really to stay focused. Put your focus goggles on and try and focus on one thing at a time. I think it's a mistake where we think, oh, I can be doing the class as well as talking to my sibling, or as well as sort of handling something else at home. That is a little more difficult for almost all of us. But we also need to be sensitive to the routine of the family and how the family is sort of working. So if, for instance, everybody goes to sleep at a particular time, then you could try and plan your time to study and catch up on your lectures later at night. If you're a morning person like me, then you could be doing the lectures maybe early morning. I get up at like really obnoxious hours in the morning to study. So I think all of us need to work out a routine for ourselves and sort of focus on that while we are studying from home and doing online education, because not all of you and not all of us have the luxury of having a dedicated room, a dedicated workspace. So if all of those are concerns, all of those are things that you are having to prioritize, then focus is the key. Don't try and multitask. Try and focus on one thing at a time. When you're doing one thing, do that. When you're doing something else, do that. And staying focused, in my experience, or having a tunnel vision, really helps to do something well and not sort of keep stressing over 10 other things that you need to be doing. So I'm Shivani Manchanda. I'm the Counselor for Positive Mental Health, and I hope you found this tip useful. You watch this space for my other tips on online education. Take care.